All right. Hi, friends. Welcome to Off Script. I have the amazing meteorologist Trent Eric with me this morning.
Did they script that on there? Are you feeling nice today? What's going
I'm
on?
feeling nice today. How are you?
I'm like you. I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
You know, it's only Tuesday,
It's only
but
Tuesday.
we're getting there. Fourth of July weekend. I think there's just a lot of excitement around town. You know.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he'll tell you there's going to be some rain.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that forecast. I'm taking the next couple of days off, so I don't have to deal with it.
Shari's off too. They're going to be
Oh,
lonely
man.
this 4th of July, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
here.
wrapping up the day nice. Glad to be here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a busy day for us already because, as you may have known, this is like national news, not just Southwest Florida news, but Alligator Alcatraz is all the talk today. That's because it technically opens up today. In fact, any second now, the president will be arriving there. He's going to go get a tour of this facility. What is Alligator Alcatraz? You probably already know, but for our friends who might
Yeah.
not, this is basically a temporary ice holding facility, if you will. It's basically being put in on a runway,
Yeah.
right? This is an old airport.
It's an airport that at one time they were going to develop into the largest airport in the world. That was
Right.
going to be bigger than LaGuardia JFK, and they just a lot of went into it to protect the Everglades, and it just didn't come to fruition.
Right. So now they have loaded trailers in there and they've been putting tents in. And this came to fruition very quickly. The
Fast.
idea was only floated like 8 days ago, by the Florida Attorney General. And so it's a place where there's nothing around. I mean, literally, it's in the middle of the state, right in the middle of Alligator Alley. If you zoom in on Google Earth, you'll see the
Yeah.
one runway.
It's just north of Tamiami Trail, and you're right. You have to zoom out before you can even see the alley or Everglades City or really any other big city.
So obviously, just like any story, there are two sides to this. There are the people who are like, okay, we like this idea. It's secure, they say, because there are the Everglades surrounding it, right? If anyone wanted to try to escape, it's gators and pythons and whatever you will.
Mosquitoes,
Panthers,
yeah.
And it's temporary. So this area was already developed as an airport, right? They used to do trainings there. And like Trent said, it started, they wanted it to be the largest airport.
Big plan.
But that never came to fruition because there's a lot of indigenous land around there. You know, the Miccosukee land and tribe. They're like, wait a second, we don't want you to be growing this land. We're worried about the environmental impacts. So the governor said that lawsuit that was filed to kind of stop this, he called it, quote, like lazy, I think was the word he used.
Okay.
Because he's like, it's already been developed. We're just bringing in some, like, essentially what look like FEMA trailers after a storm.
After a hurricane.
Right.
And the tent set up almost like,
Like these.
yeah, it was, remember after COVID, we had the temporary tent set up for all the testing facilities. It looked kind of like that we saw back in 2020.
Right. And so they're not using this. It can hold up to 5,000 people, and it's going to cost about $450 million a year to run it, but there's a lot of back and forth. So as President Trump is arriving, literally as we speak, there are protesters lining the streets. They've been there all weekend. They're like, leave the Everglades alone. So obviously two sides to this. We want to hear what you think. We are streaming on Facebook right now. So if you're on Facebook, hi, thanks for watching us. Ask us any questions you want about any of the topics, about
Sure. Anything.
what kind of hair
we're
product
here.
Trent uses, anything
I don't know
you
who
want.
want that. A lot of debate on social about this Alligator Alcatraz was the money being spent.
Right.
And they're like, oh, Florida taxpayers shouldn't, front the bill. They're fronting the initial bill, but then they filed the grants with FEMA. And it actually, I was doing some research. It falls under the FEMA Shelter and Service Program.
Okay.
So a lot of that money is coming back, but of course, we're fronting the bill up front.
Right.
And, but I know a lot of folks were wondering, where the cost was coming from.
Yeah, because initially this was something that the federal government was wanting, and they've been looking for it. There's word we have. Our parent company is Scripps, so we have Scripps News. We have a lot of reporters across the country, and one of them did a story. You can find it on our website, fox4now.com, looking into, where all that money comes from, how FEMA's paying for it, and all that.
It's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting for sure. You know what else is interesting? Iguanas. Okay.
They are. Are you a fan of iguanas? Are you scared of them?
I'm not scared of them. Like, I don't want to go pick one up, but if I
Yeah.
had to choose between going like face to face and handling an iguana or a frog, I would take
Right.
the iguana
I knew that.
100
I knew
times
that.
over.
Okay.
Iguanas don't jump.
Right.
Or maybe they do. But I had one walking through my lawn the other day, and it was like,
Yeah.
they're just slow. I'm sure they can scurry quickly.
They always freak me out when you do a lot of fishing and they jump in the water and they swim. I forget how good of swimmers they
that's
are. They
right.
swim so well.
They are good swimmers. I totally forgot about that. Well, the reason we're talking about iguanas this morning is because in Cape Coral, there's an empty home that's sitting there. Bella Line is our Cape Coral community correspondent. So she not only lives in the Cape, she works in the Cape. She is like Mrs. Cape Coral, or I should say Miss Cape Coral. So neighbors are like, something's got to be done about this because they're invasive, right? And if you don't know, not only are they, they multiply, but like they can get in behind your seawall
Yeah.
and they
And they
burrow.
burrow. And it weakens them. And then you
Right.
get a storm come through.
And then the seawall collapses,
They're in
which
trouble.
is not a quick fix. So Bella spoke with one of the council members in Cape Coral, and they're pushing for something, like whether it's a law, ordinance, a fix for this, because, okay, abandoned home, fine. Like if you can get the property owner to do something, that's one thing. But what about all these neighbors who could potentially
Sure.
have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of issues? So FWC says the removal, though, of these invasive species, it's up to the homeowners, and it is legal to capture them.
Yeah, there's several companies here in Southwest Florida that's what they specialize in
Yeah.
is iguana removal and / hunting.
Did you just add a T to iguana?
Probably
Iguanta?
iguana.
I like that. The iguantas.
You never eaten a iguantamillas?
Iguantamillas. What is it? Juan and his green iguana. I love it. Love iguantamillas. Anyway, so you can kind of understand, though, where people are like, I mean, this house is a mess. That's one piece of it. But then, like,
Right.
if you're living next door, it's like, what, man, really?
And then when you ask the city for help and they say, oh, there's no ordinance to address this specific issue with iguanas, it can be really, really frustrating.
Yeah. I'm watching Facebook.
That's a big guy.
We have 25 people watching right now.
Hello, hello.
Hi, share this so people know that we're doing this podcast. We do it Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Usually it's me and Shari, but today I got Mr. Trent with me because Shari's taking a little vacation and he's leaving tonight. So we just kind of go off script, as the name implies, and casually talk about the news of the day. But we can talk about anything. If you guys have something you want to ask us, feel free to drop a comment there on Facebook or on YouTube, and we'll try to get to that for you.
Amy, I know you got a cat. Do you have any dogs?
No, I don't. I've only got a cat, though my daughter, one of them, is begging, and I mean begging for a dog. She's like,
Yeah.
it's the only thing I want in my life.
So I got a dog named Tank.
Yeah, and Tank's what, like 3 pounds?
Maybe, but she's
Like
a
2
little,
pounds?
little bitty Pomeranian puppy. But she is not a fan of fireworks.
I don't think most animals
Yeah.
are. I don't know what just
I
happened
mean-
there. Hold on.
I mean, the name Tank would imply that she's really tough, right?
Yeah.
Until something goes boom.
So we're at that time of year. I think New Year's and 4th of July are the two holidays that freak pets out the most.
Yep.
And Lee County Domestic Animal Services is just reminding people, like, even if you don't have a pet at home, if you don't have a dog, this is the time of year. 4th of July is their biggest day for intake. So that's when they have people dropping off random animals that they find, because sometimes pets hear the bang and like run or
Run,
bolt or
yep.
get scared, right?
And one of the big things is we've got a couple of days here. If you can, microchip your pets. And I'm going to add this. If your pet is microchipped and maybe you've moved, update that information online so they can actually track you down. A lot of people, they microchip the pet right off the bat, but they fail to update that information.
And it's not that difficult to do.
No.
Even the microchipping, they have these free events Monday through Friday from 8 to 4. You just bring your pet in, and the Lee County Domestic Animal Services will microchip your pet for you for free. So you've got a couple days if you want to do that before the 4th of July, if you've got like a skittish dog.
Pretty long hours, too.
I know, from 10
That's
to noon. You can check your chip. That's a check your chip clinic. That's 10 to noon on July 28th, but that's
Okay.
a hot minute away. So for now, let's just focus on microchipping those babies. So if they run, you know where they are, because you know.
Right. Today and tomorrow. 8 to 4.
Oh, hey Fox 4. Fox 4 commented. What's up, Fox 4? How you doing? We're all over the place.
We are
We're watching
everywhere.
you. Do you know what a pocket park is?
I did not until this morning. Miyoshi Price definitely educated me on that.
I know, right? So when I first heard this term, I thought of like when I was a kid, Polly Pockets. or
Yes, the little toy.
toys,
And my
right?
sister had one, yeah.
It's kind of like the same. Like Pocket is a little baby park.
It's a what?
It's a baby park.
Little baby baby park, little tiny one. I can't do it.
So Fort Myers is planning for more of these pocket parks. Think like you're downtown and there's one little plot of land and maybe the city owns that plot of land and they're like, what are we going to do with that? Oh, let's make it a pocket park.
Right.
They put up a fence, they put up some benches, maybe some flowers, really nice place.
So from what Miyoshi was showing, I thought it was a really clever idea.
Yeah.
Because it just turned like a little space into something nice where you could take a little break. I mean, that's beautiful, right?
So that's one pocket park that we already have. So it's got the benches, you can chill, you can relax there. Today, though, you only have 2 hours until this starts. At 12:30 today, the city of Fort Myers wants people's input. They're going to be at City Hall, and they're going to be talking about these pocket parks because they want to use or make more of them across the city. Again, they already have a couple. So, I mean...
It reminds me of like walking through the mall.
Yeah.
And you just need a place to sit for a bit, and you've got the little chairs, the massage chairs. But outside, and I mean, how lucky are we that it's so beautiful here?
I
So
know.
anytime you put a bench like that, there's always a view, there's always people to watch. So I learned about this morning, and if I can make it down there today by 12:30, I would say go for it.
Go for it. Yeah. And, it just also adds to, I think, the beauty,
Charm.
right? Because if it's just an empty lot with some dead grass, that looks a lot better.
100% agree.
I'm sure a lot of people want to know money. Where's it come from? Who's paying for it? Who's the upkeep? So if you want that information or you have questions, 12:30 today at Fort Myers City Hall is the place to go. Do you take naps daily?
On this shift, sometimes
Are you a napper?
yeah, but it gets dangerous because I almost split my sleep sometimes.
Yeah.
To where I'll go home after the shift and I may sleep 3 hours and then 3 or 4 at night.
I don't know if that's healthy because I do
It's-
the same thing.
It's not. It's not.
Hold on. David Thorne, what's up? I just
Hey,
want to say
hey.
hi to our buddies before we continue our nap situation. He is saying, start a trend. Good morning, gang. Hi, guys.
Love it.
David Cooper says, I have PTSD and fireworks bug me. PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. It can come from a variety of things. A lot of our veterans have PTSD because they hear the loud bangs and, they're brought back in that moment if your body triggers it to a very stressful period.
I've got a friend of mine who's in a really bad car accident.
Yeah.
Same idea. Anytime a bang, it just brings back really bad memories. So.
And it's something we need to think of. Like, okay, it's one thing to go to the fireworks display, but is there a community out there where your neighbors aren't setting off fireworks in the street? Which technically, I think in Florida, you're only allowed to buy fireworks if you're using them for agricultural purposes, right? So you have to sign the document that's like, yes, I'm shooting at crows to stay away from my corn.
Get rid of the I do want to talk about like etiquette with fireworks, kind of backtracking.
Yeah.
I love fireworks. It's one of my favorite things. But 3 a.m. and they just keep going all night.
Dude.
And on this shift, like you wake up the day after the 4th and you're like, why are they still going off?
The worst isn't even because it's coming on the 4th.
Right.
It's happening on December 31st. But on July 7th,
Second, third.
whatever that following Saturday is, you're like, seriously? And I'm,
America.
I'm a 9 o'clocker at this point. Like by 9:30,
Yeah.
I'm in bed.
Yeah.
Partially because of the shift, partially because we're tired parents. But yeah, I'm with you on the etiquette.
It gets late. Like I think like I'm even like midnight, like you got to cut off. And some people
Yes.
think that's late, but midnight.
Yeah, like I think.
Ooh, we got a napping comment from Kimberly.
Oh, we got a
My
napping comment.
favorite
Hold on.
topic. So
Pull
yeah,
up
so
napping
while you pull that up, so going back to the napping,
Yeah.
sometimes I split my sleep like that, and you're right, it's not healthy. I don't feel rested,
Yeah,
but I definitely today am gonna go home and like power for an hour.
I think that's a good idea. So Kimberly Walker, hi Kim. We're tight friends already. I went from Kimberly to Kim real fast, but she says 100% yes on the nap. She lives in a 55 plus community, and I have to nap. Like at this point, because I have kids and I can't really get to bed before 10 o'clock, I have to take a power nap.
Yeah.
My power naps, though, are not like 20 minutes. They're like 2 hours.
Right, same. When now my son is 8 going on 9, he will not nap.
Mm-hmm.
He has the worst FOMO. Like if he thinks he's gonna fall asleep for 15 minutes, he's gonna miss something happening in the world. I miss the naps of the little ones.
Right? I saw a T-shirt. Someone was wearing it. It was like, "Dear Naps, I'm sorry I was such a jerk to you as a kid." Because like as an adult, you're like, "This is the best part of
Right.
my day."
I like this study that they're talking about. A 20-minute nap boost insights. and 71% had a eureka moment after napping. Yeah, the eureka moment. Oh, that was sleep.
That was sleep,
was
right?
fun.
That was amazing. So they're saying if you need inspiration for something, like maybe you have writer's block or you're working on a project and it's just not like coming to you,
Yeah.
that if you take a 20-minute nap, it boosts your creativity and insight. Sleep groups outperformed those who stayed awake every time.
Shh, you're waking me up.
I mean, they say with babies and stuff, that's when their brain, isn't that when it like when your body files all the stuff away in your brain when you sleep, when you're learning and growing?
Maybe.
I could have just made that up.
You're talking to the guy who had a Latino iguana a while ago.
Iguanta. David agrees that Christmas Eve and fireworks, it just ain't right, you know?
Oh, that's right. People do launch them around Christmas. I think they buy them for New Year's and they're just excited. Let's go launch them.
I have never heard that.
About Christmas Eve?
Yeah. I've never heard it in my neighborhood on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I think people they have a stockpile. They're bored. Aim them at Santa Claus.
Okay, so the next question is, what'd you say, Allie? Oh, it's a Cuban tradition. Okay.
There you go.
Allie's doing a little research for us. I just had a total mom moment. I don't even remember what I was going to say, so we're just going to move on.
Did you miss your nap yesterday?
I just, the sad part is though, like the day's not even going for most people, and I'm like, I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. Let's talk about AI because you know we are starting to use it a lot in our everyday lives, and when I say we, I just mean people in general. You hear people asking ChatGPT questions. I used it for a recipe the other night, but millennials are leading with AI as far as budgeting goes in their lives, which is super interesting. I'd be interested. I would have to learn more on specifically how they do that because, like, what are you dumping your bank account or your credit card information into open AI? I don't know if I'd want to do that.
All I know is I have way too many friends, including people here at work, that they're using ChatGPT as a personal assistant. I don't know how else to say it. Like asking not once or twice a day, but like all
Constantly.
the time, how to create a workout, a schedule, like you said, recipes, and it memorizes like you and your preferences.
Yeah.
And it really, I don't know. I haven't done it yet. You know, in the studio, I've been tinkering with it and toying with it, and I'm doing some of the trends, like trying to make those pictures that look like the action figures, and I just haven't gone that far with it. But if it can help them,
I'm starting to use it more.
Yeah.
Definitely not for budgeting yet, though. Who knows, right? Like the world's my oyster. Is that the saying? I'm so tired right now. I'm making stuff up.
Just make up another one.
But I had another mom moment. Totally blanking out today.
This is awesome.
Anyway, I'm so tired.
Hold on, let's open up ChatGPT.
No, yeah, I've been using it more to like also refine things. So, and I think that's one of the things the study said was that like 57% of people said that they would use AI to write their vows. But how would you even know?
Right.
Because you have to give it something, right? It's not just like, I mean, I guess you could say, just write me some wedding vows, but you have to personalize that stuff. So if you have to add some stuff in.
Two things.
Okay.
One, I'm a little old school. If I have a question, I still go to Google.
Yeah.
And I think maybe ChatGPT is kind of the replacement for that, because in essence it's a search engine. But there was an interesting article I read the other day online that was about a guy who apologized with a letter to his wife, and I guess it was too like good, but it wasn't personal.
Yeah.
It was AI.
Oh no! So then she was even more ticked off.
It caused a bigger fight, and the whole article was like how people are using AI in their personal lives. But the guy was just trying to like
come from the heart, but not really.
Not really.
Like write me an apology letter. Now put some like heart emojis in.
I'm kind of sorry.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hey, it gave me a great recipe, like I said the other night. I want to be like, here's a picture of my living room. Or here's a picture of my the main room in my house, because the kitchen and living room are kind of all one big room. Like
organize it.
Design something for me. Like make it look pretty.
Can it do it?
I don't know.
Maybe
These are the things I'm like, sky's the limit. Dean's.
Deep
Let's
breath.
talk about Dean's.
You know, I've never been to Dean's, full disclosure, but hearing the owner's story
I know
about, Hurricane Charlie's was named after getting hit by Hurricane Charlie. And then how many storms and COVID and all of the struggles.
So the headline is Dean south of the border is closing.
It's closing.
So Their last day is July 6th. So if the 4th is
Friday.
Friday, 5th, 6th, so Sunday.
Saturday. So
Thank you.
Just helping out a little
Like
bit.
I said, I'm tired today. Why are you judging me?
Not.
They opened in 1992. Fun fact, that's the year I moved to Florida.
Nice.
In Punta Gorda, and people love them. It's like a staple, right? Hurricane Charlie comes through. If you were here for Charlie like I was, it was a mess.
Yeah.
Punta Gorda was a mess. So then they open another restaurant, Hurricane Charlie's, like you said.
Right.
You got Dean south of the border. And he's just like, you know what? I can't keep up with it. Like Trent listed off so many different hurdles to.
Yeah. He talked about COVID, and then he talked about Irma, Helene, was it
Milton.
Adalia,
Yeah.
I think was one of them that he got hit hard by, but he said him and his wife, they're not getting any younger, and it's time. And I just felt his pain.
I know.
And just we all understand the frustration. I mean, think about how many people had their houses fixed after Ian, and then a couple years later when we had Milton and Helene had to redo everything again for the second time. So
Yeah.
you can imagine not just your house, but running a restaurant and
Oh my
businesses
gosh.
and
Can't even
staff
imagine.
and yeah.
Are any of you guys watching right now from or visiting the Charlotte County area? Have you been to Dean's? The good news is the owner does plan a new cafe.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Okay.
it's not like the end of the road completely.
Gotcha.
Charlotte Harbor is what they're looking at for the new
Okay,
cafe.
for a new place.
So do you guys have any restaurants you love, like favorite hotspots we should all check out? Dean's is one of them. Hold on. We have a.
And we say July 6th, so you have a couple days to go up there and throw some last minute support.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Let's do it. Tacos for life. You know what I need right now? Not a Diet Coke, but like a Diet Coke break. This is a new thing. This is a trend. This is the new cigarette break, apparently, and it's got a name.
What is it?
The fridge cigarette.
Fridge cigarette. I've got a fridge full of home.
Really?
I-
Are you a
I-
Diet Coke drinker?
I am a Diet Coke drinker. Yeah. Yeah. And
No. The only diet soda that I think tastes okay is Diet Dr. Pepper.
that's not bad. I love Diet Mountain Dew too, but too much, yeah. It just
Diet
I'd
Coke
like to
just
keep my
doesn't
teeth healthy.
taste good to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Years ago, I got on a kick and I drank way too much of it, so I try to cut back to like one a day now, and then
Okay.
more water as I'm getting older.
Yes,
Yeah.
water's important.
But-
So there's this new trend, right? Like back in the day, people would go take a smoke break.
Mm-hmm.
That has kind of, as people are giving up cigarettes, they're replacing that little 15-minute break
With a
with
break, yeah.
their Diet Coke break, which is called the fridge cigarette. So this is trending on social media. So if you see that term now, you know what it means.
Fridge
And
cigarette.
It is
is
usually a
hysterical.
Diet Coke, but
Okay.
is Diet Coke your go-to, like your preferred soda?
No, I just like. I'll be honest with you. I like bubbles,
I like bubbles too.
I like flat or sparkling. I don't know what it is about bubbles.
Carbonation.
I just got to have it.
I am the same way. I need carbonation. So I have tried, and it doesn't replace it, but as I try to drink much less soda in my later years,
Mhm.
I do like sparkling water.
Do you have a Soda Stream?
No?
I don't either. I
Okay, thanks, Fred.
I got one for Christmas years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was just easier to buy a 2 liter at the store than figure it out. And
And
buy
it
a
never
little
tastes
cart.
the same, right?
Exactly.
The couple times I've had it, I'm like,
Yeah.
if and when I'm gonna drink a soda, I want like McDonald's soda, how it's like extra bubbly and burny.
They got the big fat straws too.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. What do they do? Do they add extra carbonation to their drinks?
Don't ask.
I don't know. I heard that the reason McDonald's soda tastes so good is because they clean out their like pipes
Well, that's good.
to the machine
Right.
more often than other places. I do not know if that's true. That's just what I heard. The internet
Are you
told me
making
that.
more stuff up today?
I'm making a lot of stuff up today, apparently.
You talked about McDonald's having good soda at racetracks.
Yeah?
The crushed ice, the little pellets.
Oh, dude.
That is like I go there just for the ice.
Chick-fil-A has that ice too.
Do they?
So does Sonic. Like, I know restaurants based on their ice.
When Amy and we give directions or something, it's
I'm
not
done looking at the Diet Coke. Okay, go ahead.
it's not Diet Coke. It's a fridge cigarette.
Yeah.
Get it right. Amy and I, we give directions by restaurants, not
Yeah.
turn left at 3rd Street. It's, go past the Arby's, which is right next to, and we list every restaurant on the street. You're really good at it.
Well,
And
thank
then-
you.
And then I realized I do it too.
Yeah, I mean, those are my landmarks. I know I love food.
Same.
And, I'm trying not to love food so much, but it is what it is.
Fridge cigarette.
So this is like your Friday, kind of.
Yeah, yesterday was my Monday. Today's my Friday.
Lucky duck.
Yeah.
And you're headed home?
Yeah, I'm going up to Indiana to see family.
Okay.
And
gonna like do the whole fireworks thing.
gonna
and
do the
grilling out.
fireworks at the park. Gonna grill out. I think so. We're gonna do fireworks at the park on Friday, and then Saturday, family coming over, doing more fireworks. The day after.
It's one of those things as a parent, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think about like where you go in Southwest Florida to watch your fireworks because it's this catch-22. I have those core memories as a kid of my parents taking me to the fireworks, and you're looking up and it's amazing, right? And my kids are younger, so of course I want to take them, but then it's like, oh, fighting
The
that
traffic.
traffic.
Yep.
You have to you have to take a nap before you go.
You're right about core memories though, because I can remember growing up in Indiana, going out to the Elks Club with my grandparents and sitting on the lawn. We got there very early, playing, and that first test firework, boom!
Yeah.
The one where they're trying to see like how dark it is, and it just
Were you scared of fireworks when you were a kid?
No,
Okay.
I loved them.
I loved them
Loved
too. I do remember my best friend growing up in Massachusetts was afraid of the big boom,
Yeah.
which, I mean, it's loud.
Yeah. Hey, and be careful this weekend. I showed Amy online. It was X-rays from ER, and the comment said something about the next couple of days will be the last time some people have Alton fingers because
Right?
of firework accidents, and you should have seen some of the mangled hands on the X-rays. So
Every year.
yeah,
Every year
Okay.
we see it.
just be
Um,
careful.
People are weighing in on our McDonald's soda talk. So David says you want to lose weight, stop with the sodas. And yes, he is 100% right. We know that. It's like empty calories. Even the diet ones aren't good for you.
Well, because the diet ones, even though they don't have calories, like it causes other things in your body, the way you
Your gut
metabolize.
flora,
and-
it's not good for you. Cynthia Robinson. Hi, Cynthia. Thanks so much for watching. She says McDonald's has their own special syrup blend, and the key is having good ice.
I agree with the ice.
I agree with that because
100%.
if you have like nasty old ice, it's gonna like bleed into the soda
Yeah.
flavor. And then Diane Rodko, I hope I said that right. SodaStream is great to make a margarita.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on, Diane. How do you do that?
More information on this.
Okay, so maybe you pour the tequila in the cup, and then the SodaStream puts in.
I've
How
just
does the SodaStream work? Is it a cartridge?
it's a cartridge. It gives you the carbonation, and then they have the different flavors. Like it wouldn't say Dr Pepper, but it's
Sure.
whatever blend, like Dr Soda Stream or whatever.
yeah.
And it has the different flavors. But I've got my degree in mixology, and I'm trying to think.
He's not even kidding right
I'm
now.
not.
Like that
I'm not.
sounds like a joke, but he legit has his degree in mixology.
So I'm trying to picture the margarita with carbonation. Right?
I bet it'd be good. I mean, it'd just be like a
it's
margarita
worth
with a little
a try,
Sprite
right?
in it or something.
True. Kind of like a vodka soda, but with the flavor of a.
I'm weird
With the
about
orange.
margaritas. I like margaritas,
Mhm.
but this sounds so snobby of me, but it's really not. It's more just like a taste thing. I don't like mix, like sour mix. If I'm gonna
Right.
drink a margarita, I need fresh squeezed lime juice.
So you're not wrong. It's just so sweet.
The
free
mix?
stuff, yeah, like the Mrs. T's.
just tastes
is
icky.
it Mrs. or Mr.? It's Mrs. T's.
I don't know.
Mr. T had the.
Mr. T got some necklaces. The
Yeah.
18.
But no, I agree with you. I love a fresh, like fresh squeeze margarita.
Yeah, has to have the like orangey flavor too, like the
Yeah.
Cointreau or what's the one, triple sec or something like that.
Yeah, it's triple sec, the whole deal. Yeah.
Look at me. I sound like
Yeah.
a bartender right
You
now.
are.
I don't even think I've
Um,
ever made a margarita.
No,
I mean, like at home from scratch. No.
really. All right, okay, so controversial. Are you salt or no salt?
Salt.
See, I'm no salt with a margarita.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just not a huge salt.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more of a sweet person.
I'm not gonna turn it down.
No.
Don't get me wrong. But
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like the salt's gone when I'm done with it.
Right.
It's like little
Like some
sections
people
missing.
lick the whole glass. Yeah,
Kind of gross. Let's talk about etiquette with that. Anyway, moving on. Well, this was fun.
it was good.
It's what day is it?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Dude. I
Are you-
used
are you-
all of my brain power in the newscast this morning. Like that's where I'm at,
Maybe
you know.
maybe you need to go home instead of having a fridge cigarette. Make your first margarita.
No,
and
then we're in big trouble.
Take that big nap.
Oh my gosh. I do have children at home and it's summer break.
You
So.
gonna be okay holding down the fort this week without me?
Yeah, we'll miss you. We hope you have a safe flight.
Yeah,
We're
we'll
gonna
be
miss
back Monday.
Shari too.
Hey, before we go real fast, weather over the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, I've heard that you might have some watermelons and ice cream cones thrown at you.
Yeah. Like Nicolas Cage and that weatherman movie,
Yes.
they're throwing frosties
It's not
at
going to
him.
be great, right?
It's not going to be great, and it's only Tuesday. We've got a couple of days to start narrowing down the timeline of when the showers and storms are going to be around, but we're talking like 80 to 90% chance of rain.
All day?
It has a potential to rain early in the morning too, but definitely in the afternoon.
Okay.
And it's all due to this stalled cold front. You're going to be seeing this yellow or possibly even orange area over the state. The National Hurricane Center is watching
Yeah.
for possible development. Even if this were to become a tropical depression or a storm north of us, what we're going to see is a heavy rainfall. And that's regardless if that front develops or not. So just stay with us here over the next couple of days. The radar is always on our app for free if you're on the go. And of course, our website. You're going to need it. I wish I had better news for the 4th of July forecast, but
I mean, it kind of comes with the territory. We're in Florida. I can think of several 4th of July celebrations or being a young reporter where I was getting soaked on, and then the fireworks are just, maybe delayed by
Delayed
like
a little bit,
30
yeah.
minutes. So,
I'm hoping that'll be the case, but it is definitely going to be active.
all right. Well, grab the umbrella. Be
Ooh,
careful.
hold on. The SodaStream margarita
Hold on. Oh,
has been explained.
Diane, hold on.
Yes, my hero.
Tequila or rum,
Mm-hmm.
ice. Hold on. Costco lemonade,
Ooh.
and cut the sugar with some SodaStream water and lime slice.
Okay.
Victor just said, "Hey Trent, I've been watching you since you worked on the East Coast. Great that you're on the best coast with us." That's
Yeah.
from Victor Puig. Hey Victor.
Hey, listen, I used to vacation over here all the time when I worked on the other side.
Yeah.
And so when I had the opportunity to come here, it was a no-brainer.
Right?
I used to call it Midwest with palm trees because I just
Yeah.
a lot of transplants from Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana, and love the East Coast. Don't get me wrong, long time
It's
there.
much faster paced.
I love the slower lifestyle, and I just found the people in Southwest Florida to be so much more friendly and personable.
Oh, we love that. Well, we're happy you're here. We're happy
Yeah.
all of you are here too. Victor, Diane, David, everyone. Thank you so much for weighing in and hanging out and talking with us this morning. Trent's hightailing it on out of here. I will be here tomorrow with a mystery guest. I don't even know who it is.
Ooh.
Somebody's going to be in that chair. Unless I'm just here talking by myself, which would be really sad.
Do you want me to, well, especially the role you were on today.
Dude, I apologize. Listen, like I said, all the brain power was used
Do you want me to
earlier.
like Zoom or FaceTime in?
That'd be fun.
It would be cool, right?
That would be so cool.
All right. We need to work on it. Can we do that, Allie?
Not yet.
Oh,
We're
it's
working on
coming.
it. Baby
It's coming.
steps.
I love
All
it.
right. For the next 30 minutes or so, we have news of the day for you that you can catch up with. But don't forget, Off Script, you can watch Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 10 at fox4now.com. We also stream on YouTube and Facebook and all the fun places.